Hey folks, I just watched the entire meeting between Zelensky and Trump in the Oval Office. Little background. When I was in the service, patrolling the oceans, the seas, right in this location where I am right now, particularly the South China Sea. That's where my ships patrol, Blue Ridge and the Midway. And I served in Guam, outpost in Guam, this part of the world. That was during the Cold War. So for folks that don't know what the Cold War was, the Cold War, just as the words imply, was a war between the United States of America and Russia, USSR, Soviet Union. Now, that's the backdrop. What I saw in that press conference was a man that obviously put on full demonstration for the world to see that he is in lockstep with Vladimir Putin. I have never, and look folks, I'm not a political guy. All I know is this, that for them to, now when I say them, I'm talking about his sidekick, who I didn't even know was sitting there until he opened his big mouth and actually put all of our lives in danger. So you may say, who could that be? Well, that was J.D. Vance. I have never seen a man step over top of his own boss that was sitting right next to him and insult, demean, embarrass a sitting president of another country, which is our ally, which made it even worse. I have never, ever seen anything like that. And I'm gonna tell you, as I said a couple seconds ago, that action alone put the United States security in jeopardy. So you may say, well, how do you deduce all of that? This is how I deduce that. Let's start here though first. Zelensky knows his country's really in trouble now. After the way that J.D. Vance and then Donald Trump, who jumped on board with J.D. Vance and jumped on the visiting president, Zelensky, coming to the country for help, for anybody that served with me or anybody that was around during the Cold War that was in the military, if you guys think that demonstration of bravado and in your faith, if y'all think that was cool, I've said this in other videos, all y'all are traitors too. I said it, you can go back and check them. This is just unbelievable. How does it put the country in danger? It puts the country in danger because if J.D. Vance and Trump are working in lockstep, hip to hip with Putin, they're gonna in alignment, they're gonna walk all over Ukraine. And he was throwing hints about it the whole press conference. I'm talking about Trump. He doesn't care about those folks over there. He doesn't care about Zelensky. He even talked about what he was wearing. He doesn't care. All he cares about is the land, the soil. Just like Putin, they are in lockstep. How does it put the country in danger? It's already happening, folks. It's already a dictatorship. It's already happening. That's the danger. And it's only going to get worse. Let me, first of all, if you haven't seen it, I'm overseas still. I had to look at it on YouTube. It's recorded. But I watched the whole thing. These folks are diabolical. So not only does Trump not care about Zelensky and his people, he damn sure enough doesn't care about you, again, because he's in lockstep with Putin. Putin's getting everything that he wants right now. He finally got his guy in the Oval Office. He did it once, and now he got him in there again. That's what makes the country unsafe right now. So let me give you some ideas of how dictators work. This is how dictators work. And hear me out now. I'm gonna drop some stuff. So hear me out clearly. And other folks know of this. This is not coming up from me. This is being talked about, okay? What dictators would do is take something away from you, okay? They'll take something away from their people on purpose, and then give it back to them to make it appear that they are the savior, which he's already got half the country already hoodwinked on that anyway. They're Messiah. So this is what the word is on the street, on these internet streets of this, that they are going to kill all the power. They're going to kill the power grid. And look, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. I'm just trying to tell you how these folks operate. They're diabolical. So they're going to kill the power grid, right? And say that it was so-and-so, or this entity over here, or that group over there. And then when the power comes back on, they're going to say, and keep in mind, you're going to suffer. Folks are going to suffer. They're going to give you enough time for folks to suffer so much that when the pain is eased, that's when they'll flip the switch back on. Now, look, I don't want that to happen. I'm just here to tell you this is how they operate. I'm still overseas, as I said. I still got a little bit more time over here. And I'll be making my way back a couple more weeks, a few more weeks actually. It's the date. Almost a month still. I'll be back in about a month. For all my brothers and sisters, do not get out in those streets and be marching around and protesting, okay? They're waiting for that. And who's they? The folks that are not doing that, the ones that are not doing it, they're waiting for us to do it. Like forever through history. We always have to kick off and initiate. Not this time. Stay home. Chill out. See you guys in another video. Take care of yourselves.